William Shakespeare, the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Now I know they say it's a mother's job to raise these girls, but you daddies need to realize you are equally, if not more important in their lives.
The moment you saw her, it was love at first sight. Held her close, tender kisses throughout the night. But as the years rolled by, you became distant, and she no longer your priority. Used to talk with a loving soft tone, now she get it in a hard voice full of authority. So many broken promises that her heart has turned bitter and cold towards you. The blueprint been set for how she treat every man, and guess what? It's all because of you. You wonder why she keeps hoping when you made it obvious she's no longer the object of your devotion.
Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow. Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow.
After a while, she becomes broken, a woman who has trust issues. She's a certified player in her mind, and every man is a target for getting you. She good at mind games, cause she learned from the best, cause she learned from you. Now she the one leaving a trail of broken hearts. Can't you see this is how the cycle starts? You still come around every now and then just to see how she been, and she falls for your half-truths every time. All she really wants is you, the one that she adores, but you ain't got no time for her, too busy running the streets and tricking off with all your whores. Fucking around with Pandora's box instead of dealing with what's yours.
Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow. Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow. Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow. Watch who you call a thot, watch who you call a hoe, watch who you call a slut, be patient, help her grow.
The years have rolled by, and now she a washed up, empty soul. In VIP, she sucking and fucking to pay the rent. On stage, making the clap for tips, sliding down that pole. You get that dreaded call that her health is rapidly deteriorating, and she won't make it to see the break of day. Now you sleeping by her bedside, wishing you could switch places and take the pain away. She has full-blown AIDS, too many careless nights of sex, trying to fill the void you placed in her heart. Now you realize her demise could have been avoided had you been there for her from the very start. She got her last breath, and you stand over her, can barely see her face for all the tears filling your eyes. She no longer had that angry black woman feature in her face, said you could see that's a hurt woman's disguise. Yeah. Then it happened, you heard the flat line. They called the time of death and telephone the coroner. At the age of 30, she left this world way too soon, and now you gotta bury your daughter. There would be no single mothers if there were present fathers. I'm tired of the excuses it takes to.
Watch who you call a thot, watch who you